So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Deepak Sinha and you are with me on my 6th session for the placement preparation, and today we are going to discuss about the patterns programming in C. Last time I just created a background for the nested loop. So let us start the application of the nested loop. And if you have not seen my previous, means the 5th session, this is a suggestion that kindly follow it so that you may understand this session very well. So in the last session I discussed you this pattern programming up to this part, right, this triangle. So now I'm trying to just make a diamond, not the same pattern. Now I'm trying to make a diamond, meaning so now I'm trying to make a diamond like this. Fine. So just to start, what I can see, I'm starting with the same code which I discussed in the last session, and this is the code. And now you see, just for a revision, this is we need 5 number of lines. This is for the blank space pattern, this is for the star pattern, and this is new line. So when you are going to run it, it will give you the result like this. It's perfect. That is the triangle, right? Now we're trying to make a diamond. Fine. So what to do? You see, what is diamond? Basically, if you are going to see, this you need to make this, and then you are supposed to just reverse it, right? You are supposed to reverse it. So just this is one triangle, and then reverse it, right? So the same thing I am going to do. The same code I am copying from this part to this part, and here what I'll do, I'll just copy it and I'll make a reverse tab I can find. So let me do it with the 5 only, and here again 5 only, no issues. Alright. Perfect. So you see, this is very simple. If you know the logic for the triangle, means pattern of a star with triangle, just copy this code once again, right, and just reverse the outer loop. That's all. Nothing to do more than that, right? And you'll get the perfect output of the perfect diamond shape pattern. You see, perfect diamond shape pattern. Fine. So the only thing is, you must know how to create this first. If you know how to create the triangle of stars, simply once again the same code you are supposed to write once again, but just reverse the iteration. Meaning, if you are making this loop from you see, for loop from 1 to 5, then this time here write loop from 5 to 1, right? The same thing. Fine. So I guess it's okay. The code is okay. Code I have already discussed in my previous session. So I think it's okay. There is no problem at all. Fine. So let me discuss this second. Right? This question. Very interesting. This question. Fine. This question. Now if you see this question, it's a bit interesting. It's saying the pattern is like this: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, but next time it's 4, but it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's 5, 4, 3, 2, then 5, 4, 3, then 5, 4, and finally 5. So one thing is here, that we need to do a reverse looping, and every time it needs to start from 5, right? Every time it needs to start from 5. So there is 2 things. One thing is outer loop. So outer loop is how many times it is going to run? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So outer loop is going to run for 5 times. And the inner loop, now you see, the inner loop will start from 5 and it is going to 1. Inner loop is next 5 to 2, then 5 to 3, then 5 to 4, and 5 to 5, right? So you see, if I'm going to minus the you see this, so it is going to tell you it will go from 5 to 1, it's going 5 to 2, it's going 5 to 3, it's going 5 to 4, and 5 to 5, that is 0. So we need to, in the outer loop it will be 1 to 5, but the inner loop will go from 5 to the current line will have to 5 to 1, the current line, 5 to 2, the current line, 5 to 3, in third line 5 to 4, in the fourth line 5 to 5, that is in the final fifth line. So how to do code, right? Okay, so let me go for the code. Okay, so the code is, I am writing code in front of you so that there should not be gap between what I am teaching and what. Okay, so here for integer I equals 1, I less than equals 5, that is outer loop for the number of line, plus plus I, then for the second inner loop, right? So it will be integer j equals what? It will start from 5. Right now it will start from 5. So 5 and j should, okay, so printf, that is percentage %d and the j. Finally just a minute, finally what we are supposed to do, semicolon and then printf, that is new line. Okay, and now let me run it. I did a mistake. I plus 1, yes, minus minus j, right? So let me run it. Perfect. So you see this is perfect, right? So how we are going to proceed, let us let me discuss with you. This is my outer loop. Outer loop is I is equal to 0, I less than 5. So this loop is going to run for 5 times. You see the inner loop, it's starting from 5, but it will, you see in the first line it will go from 5 to 1, next 5 to 2, next 5 to 3, next 5 to 4 and 5 to 5. That's why you see the output is like this. In the first time it's going from 5 to 1, 5 to 2, 5 to 3, 5 to 4 and 5 to 5. So what I can do, just do, let me copy it. Integer I is equal to 0, less than 5, plus plus I. So for sure this loop will run 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fine. This inner loop, it's starting from 5, but it's going, it will go I plus 1. So in the first loop the value of I is 0. You see, value of I is 0. So it is 0 plus 1, right? So it will go 5 to 1 and every time it will print, right? So it will print 5 to 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fine. Okay. Okay. Then next time after that, what will happen? There's a new line. So it will come here. And then the value of I is now 1. So 1 meaning what? It will start 5 to 1 plus 1, 2, right? 5 to 2. So it will write 5, 4, 3, 2. Then 5 to 3, 5, 4, 3. Then 5 to 4, 5, 4. Then 5. So I guess this explanation is okay. If not, you can just ping me. We can just discuss once more. Fine. So again, I am showing you the code and then we can discuss once again. So you see the code? Yeah, code is here. This is the outer loop running 5 times, the inner loop 5 to I plus 1. Fine. So after that, let us discuss this point. And I'm just telling you one thing, and the very interesting one. If you find this problem to be solved, this is my guarantee that in the internet also you will be going to use at least 4 or 5 loops to make this pattern. But we are going to solve this problem only in 2 loops. You just, if you're not believing me, go and search on the net, right? So how we are going to solve in two loops? Let me tell you. You see, this is 1 square, this is 11 square. You see, this is 111 square. This is 1111 1001 square. So what I'm going to do, just to solve this problem, I'll take 1. Next time what I'll do, I'll 1 multiplied by 10, and again I'm going to add 1. For this, what I'll do, that is 11 multiplied 10 plus 1, right? Here 1 multiplied 10 plus 1, right? And the whole square. Every time I'll do whole square and I'll print, right? So this is the easiest logic to solve this problem, right? This is the easiest logic to solve this problem. So what we can do, just let me code here. What I'm doing, I'm declaring two variables, integer I and j. Fine. Then I'm writing here while, let us take, I'm going to take 5 lines. Fine. So I less than equals 5. Okay, this will run 5 times. So let me write I equals 1. Okay. So what we can do, yeah, one more thing. We need to print blank space also, right? Here there is blank space. If you see here, there is blank space. And for blank space, I already given you the logic, right? So now you know the logic for the blank space. So for the blank space for integer k equals, let us take 1, k less than equals, now you know that is the total number of line is 5 minus the current line, let us take I, yeah, this is the current line, plus k, and this is the logic for the you see, blank space. So this is for the blank space, and now what to do, we need to print the pattern. So printf %d, and that is j multiplied j, right? J multiplied j. So for the first time the value of j is 1, so it will print 1 multiplied 1, right? Next, what is j? J is equal to j multiplied 10, and then I need to add 1. J multiplied 10, and then I need to add 1, right? And then here I am writing I plus just to increase the loop out. Fine. Okay, so I guess it's okay. I did a mistake. I have not written new line. So what we can do, after this j plus plus, we need to print here printf, that is new line. Fine. And now you can run once again. Yeah, perfect. Fine. So you see, this is the easiest logic to print this pattern. Otherwise you may use 4 5 6 lines of code, 4 5 6 you see, loops to maintain this code. The only problem in this logic is that this is integer, so you are not going to print more than 6 7 lines, otherwise the data range will be very high. Otherwise for 5 lines 6 7 lines, it's okay. This logic is very much okay. So what I did, let me tell you once again. To make this pattern, what I did, I just find that this is the square, a square, sorry, this 1 square, this is 11 square, this is 111 square, this is 4 times 1 square, right? So what I did, I started from 1. You see, I started from 1, and every time what I am doing, I am multiplying the previous value. I am multiplying the previous value with 10 and adding 1. So what it will result? It will result 11. Next time, what it will result? It will result 111. 4 times 1, 5 times 1, and I am just making the square and printing. And for this blank space, the logic is already clear. You know the logic, right? So finally, you will get this pattern. I think I need to run once again so that it is clear. Yeah, you'll get this pattern. Fine, this is okay, right? Now this you can do. There's nothing more in this, right? So this already we discussed, but if you wish, we can see once again, there is no problem. Okay, so let me show you. Although this is very easy, we are going to write a code for you see 5 times print with you see printing I is constant. This is first line, so 1 time 1, second line 2 time 2, third line 3 time 3, fourth line 4 time 4, fifth line 5 time 4. This I discussed. If you have not seen, just follow my last video. But in any case, let me discuss with you, no problem. Here for integer I equals 1, I less than equals 5 for 5 line, plus I, and then okay, for you see blank space, integer k equals 1, now you know the logic for the k blank space, so less than equals total number of line, that is 5, minus current, that is I, right? And then plus k, and then you need to write the printf, that is blank space, and then okay, and then we need to print the number. Okay, so for that, for integer j equals 1, j should less than equals I plus j, and then printf percentage d, and that is j, and finally we need to take a printf new line, printf, that is new line, and let me run it. Let us see. I need to print here j, not j, it's I, right? And I need to give a blank space also, because then it will create pattern, right? So one blank space and then I think now it's okay. Yeah, perfect. 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5, right? So what I did, very simple. This question we discussed in my I discussed with you in the last session. Simply I added one blank space, how to put blank space before, and then here I just entered a blank space to make this pattern, right? So it's easy one, right? This is very easy. This I discussed in my previous session. Okay. And yeah, I think this is again very easy for you, right? You need to create a, you see, pattern like this, start pattern line like this, and after that again same pattern you need to reverse. Fine, right? In my when I started this session, I started with a, you see, diamond, right, like this, and this is just reverse, this is just reverse, this is this part, right? So I think we can code. This will be the last question to this session, and next question again I am going to discuss on the nested loop with the patterns and all. So let me discuss, you will understand, right? So for integer I equals, let us take 5, I so less than or even not equal to 0, then minus I. Why I am doing like this? Because the first thing is reverse, right? You see, this is the first thing, so we need to start from maximum to minimum, right? Okay, then what we are supposed to do, first we need to code for the blank space. So for blank space, this is 4th or 5th time I am discussing, k equals 1. Okay, k should less than equals maximum number of line, that is the 5 minus I, the current line number, then plus plus k. Okay, and we need to write here printf, that is blank space, right? Next we need to print the pattern. So for integer j equals 1, j should less than equals, here we did a mistake, j should less than 2 into current line number, that is -1, right? And plus plus j. Okay, you see, then it will, in the first line you see it will j is equal to 1, so 2 into 1 minus 1, right? So it will be 1. Next time it will be 3, then 5. Yeah, this I discussed in my last session. Just follow it. Printf, what to print? We need to print a star for sure, and then we need to change the line, printf, that is new line. Okay, so let me see whether the reverse is generating or not, then we'll complete the code, right? It evens that whether it is working perfectly or not. Yeah, it's working perfectly. So what to do next? Simple, just reverse the code, right? So copy it, paste it here, and reverse the code. So this time what you're supposed to do? Nothing. Start it from 1. I should less than equals 5, and then plus I, right? And run the code. That's all. You see, perfectly okay, right? So this is very easy code, right? This is very easy code. If you understood the logic for one part, just you are supposed to reverse the code. And here you see this is running 5 times. This is for the blank space. This is for the pattern which we have seen in the last program also, right? The last code also. And you see, just I copied and reverse it, and finally we got the output. Let me run once again so that yeah, this is the code, this is the output, right? So with this I am closing this session of the pattern programming using C nested loop. Fine. If you are finding any problem, any difficulty or any explanation, feel free to give comment to me. I'll solve it out, and I'll just host some session also. Till then, thank you. Next session I am coming again with some more pattern and series you see problems using nested loop in C. So thank you. Bye bye. Take care.